안녕하세요. 커피바이입니다. 오늘은 특별한 커피 이야기를 들려드리려고 합니다. 미국 캘리포니아에서 고품질 스페셜티 커피, 특히 게이샤를 재배하는 프린제이 커피를 직접 방문하여 커피 생산의 새로운 가능성과 도전에 대해 이야기 나눠보았습니다. 프린제이 커피는 미국 캘리포니아에서 스페셜티 커피를 재배하는 선구적인 농장으로 2017년 제이 러스키에 의해 설립되었습니다. 기존에는 커피 재배가 어렵다고 여겨졌던 캘리포니아의 기후와 지리적 조건을 극복하며 세계적인 수준의 커피를 생산하는 데 성공한 혁신적인 기업입니다. 프린제이 커피는 주로 게이샤, 카투라, 파카마라 등의 고품질 아라비카 품종을 재배하며 특히 캘리포니아 게이샤는 뛰어난 단맛과 복합적인 향미로 주목받고 있습니다. 프린제이 커피의 창립자인 제이 러스키와 품질 관리 담당자인 데렉 오퍼만을 만나 캘리포니아에서 커피를 재배한다는 것의 의미와 도전, 그리고 미래에 대한 이야기를 나누었습니다. 프린제이 커피는 단순히 캘리포니아에서 커피를 생산하는 것이 아니라 미국 내 커피 산업의 새로운 가능성을 열고 지속 가능한 농업 모델을 구축하는 것을 목표로 합니다. 과연 캘리포니아 커피는 세계적인 스페셜티 커피 시장에서 어떤 의미를 가질 수 있을까요? 지금 영상에서 직접 확인해 보세요.
Where we do fermentation.
Fermentation.
So fermentation tubs. So coffees come in here. Farmers put it here. We weigh it. We take notes, and then we use lots of blue barrels, and we do all our fermentations in the blue barrels.
Wash process.
For both.
Both.
We actually will do some fermentation for naturals, pre-fermentation, pre-prepping, pre-sorting. So we also evaluate the coffees that are coming in, and every coffee has a unique code for the lot with lots of traceability,
Yes.
right? So every coffee is collected all the way till we sell and tracked. So from the defects, processing, sorting, cupping,
Caffeine.
roasting, sales. Do we
Sales.
blend with others or not? Or so we track it all, so we can come back and see how well it did, and be able to work with our farmers in that respect. So this is where we'll do float and wash right now.
Okay.
Next year we have equipment to do more scale, but this year we just did a lot of handwork. Come on over here. So these are our drying rooms.
Yes.
Right now I have some plants that
drying
are about to
room.
go, but this is where we dry coffees.
It's like an African bed.
Yeah, raised
African
beds.
bed.
Yes, raised bed.
Yeah, and then we do I do this temporary just to make it fast. But we were at capacity for about 2 months in here. So we spent, put fans in, blow air,
Yes.
and just keep it nice and even.
Yes.
We are only about 5 miles from the ocean, so having some cover really helps because it'll be very dry in the afternoon, but in the morning the ocean influence comes in and raises the humidity.
Yes.
And then I'll take them into another room at the very end to finish the coffee for drying. So that it's super important. We start testing and assigning our codes and monitoring the rate of drying, so we can make sure we have a nice, slow, even drying process.
Right.
A wash, 10 days to 2 weeks.
Yeah, 2
A
weeks.
natural, 3 or 4 weeks.
11%.
Yeah, 11 and a half
11
is great. We have a few plants and seedlings just
Wow.
for demonstrations and things. So we have different hybrids and some different plantings. I have a bigger nursery, but this is what we have right now for retail.
Hybrid variety.
Yeah, just testing different crossbreeds.
Yes.
So some of them are hybrids.
What varieties?
이게 지금
Usually geisha
커피
hybrids?
Yeah.
체리거든.
Or geisha,
Oh,
geisha to other varieties. But we're trying to, our goal eventually would be to improve the geisha plant. Geisha plant has lots of variability
Yes.
커피 콩을
on the
심으면
farm,
돼.
so it's more
Yes.
difficult for the farmer, but
한번
also
심어봐.
from the cup it'll
햇빛이
cause
세서
variability in the cupping profile. The line isn't fixed, like Catuai Rojo is very stable genetically.
Yes.
It's been processed in the laboratory and self-pollinated for many generations.
여기 익은
The
거 있다.
geisha has
진영.
not experienced
Yes.
that type of stabilization or genetic stabilization. Have you been to many coffee farms?
Yes. We have been to Panama and Costa Rica
Yeah.
and Asian's farm in Thailand and Vietnam.
Excellent.
Yes. America is first time.
All right, let's come on inside
Yes.
and we'll go see the other part. I mean, here's where we store some green bean. So we have an order that we're prepping for a blue bottle.
Yes.
So it's supposed to go out next week. So we're all scrambling, trying to get it all done.
We made your coffee Blue Bottle Studio in Seoul.
Oh, did you?
last year.
Oh,
Yes.
excellent.
So we can know you.
Thank you.
Blue Bottle has been a partner for many years for us. So they're always.
여기 굉장히
How about humanity and temperature in this project?
As low as possible. I mean, ideally, I like to be at 50 degrees and 15%. 50 degrees Fahrenheit
Yes.
in terms of temperature and 15 degrees heat. So we have dehumidifiers that run.
Okay.
Watch your step. This room's always changing.
Yeah.
For a while, those racks were in here, and then I create a dehumidification chamber to stabilize.
Yeah.
Because out there it does this, and they come in here for like 4 or 5 days, stabilize the humidity, which is really important. And then we can test. This is our sorting table.
Yes.
So this is the coffee we're sorting for Blue Bottle right now.
Yes.
So these ladies are amazing at their ability to get through all the coffees. Next year we will have machines to help out.
Yes.
We also vacuum seal, our coffees that go out and they get displaced with gas, so they're vacuum seals, so it helps preserve.
스크린어 하는 거 보이네. 스크린
Range.
이거 하는 거 봐.
I mean, I think we're in, depends the cultivars, the captures are in
You can do
the
it,
12 to 14, and then the geishas are a little bit higher, but it
잘하고
kind of
있어.
depends the age of the farm.
Yes.
Older farms, bigger beans.
Yes.
But we don't, in
great.
cupping, size doesn't always tell you good
Yes,
coffee.
Okay.
So we don't think about that. We just think about what helps on the roasting side to make it easier for the roaster.
Yes.
And this is basically like pre-sorting to get the really tiny beans out.
Yes.
해보니까
Oh, if we have coffees that need to be dried quickly, but so they come out of wash or fermentation, and if it's foggy or it's a very special coffee,
Yes.
we'll turn it on and they'll dry very quickly. I call it de-wetting,
Yeah.
just to
right.
get it. So they're basically made for baking,
Yeah.
and we put fans. Another very high tech.
Take time to dry by this tool.
Well, the goal isn't to go to 11% here. The goal is to go from 100 to 60. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
you want to just, it's that first 24 hours coming
Yeah.
out of the processing that is super important.
Yes.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Some people use centrifuge. There's a bunch of different ways you can do it. But we're still a lot of smaller lots. So there's a way for us to be able to utilize these. That's the sample roaster.
So cute.
Yes, they're both San Franciscans. This one's that's a 1 pounder. This is a 6 pounder. Just trying to get permits to do a roaster on a farm is unique to California, so it takes some time to make sure that we do everything to code.
Good?
Yeah, good.
Good? Okay.
Very good.
Okay, first question. What motivated you to start cultivating coffee in California, and what were the initial challenges you faced?
So I am a farmer for 35 years. I've been farming since I was 16.
Yeah.
I've been lucky to be farming a lot of different crops, from avocados, cherimoyas, passion fruit, citrus. And I was working with the University of California Farm Extension Service. And we were looking at new crops because for my farm I already had several crops, and I was looking for another crop for the summer. And so coffee was one that was brought to me because there was a big development and changes in the coffee market in like 2004.
Yeah.
This coffee named Geisha was changing what is the specialty market.
Right.
And so we were watching that as a potential new crop and looking in the Southern California area where we grow successfully avocados and lemons and frost-free environments. We thought that it had an opportunity to get established here as a crop for farmers to choose from.
Okay. How do California's unique climate and geographic conditions affect the quality of the coffee?
So in California, we are at 32 degrees in latitude, so we are north of the Tropic of Cancer, but we are uniquely positioned and where we're south facing and we have an ocean that keeps us warm. So that gives us an opportunity to grow things that we can't grow in other parts of the United States. The biggest challenge was making sure that you are away from cold. Although we're mainly warm, sometimes in the winter we get cold weather, and so we do that by growing on hillsides or slightly elevated, or to add some level of protection. So cold is the first thing, and then wind. So wind is the other thing we have to look out for, is making sure we're not in windy corridors.
Okay. What are the primary coffee varieties Frinj Coffee focuses on, and why were they chosen?
Okay, we grow several varieties and do breeding at Frinj Coffee. The focus is a lot of Geisha.
Yeah.
That's the first and primary variety. We also work with Caturra, Catuai Rojo, Catuai. We have Lorena, which we're drinking right now, which is the naturally decaffeinated. We have Pacamara, Pacas, Caturra Amarillo, some varieties of Bourbon.
Bourbon.
Yes. And then we're experimenting with like H1 and H3 and some of the Ecom Syrah varieties.
Syrah, yeah.
So we're looking at different varieties here. Now the Geisha, we took a particular interest because it is a higher quality coffee. The University of Davis and professors there and myself worked on sequencing the genome, and we've done a considerable amount of work on trying to breed better Geisha. And so we feel like there's an opportunity that can help farmers and help the cup quality be more consistent through better Geisha breeding.
What do you think are the most distinctive characteristics of the Geisha coffee grown by Frinj Coffee?
I'm going to let Derek, who is our quality manager, deal with that.
Yeah, they're very balanced. I think they have very orange blossom-like
Orange
florals
blossom,
and a lot of citric flavors.
Literally,
Yes, yes. So I think that those would be the things that really kind of come out. And then also I think the body is usually very creamy and has a really unique characteristic to it in that way.
Creamy. I was deeply impressed by the California Geisha coffee I tasted at Bluebird Studio in Seoul. What unique experience do you hope consumer will have with California coffee?
Well, there's two types of experiences. One, you have the experience of the quality of the coffee. And for me, it was an honor to be part of Blue Bottle Cupping. And it's an honor for me and the growers that we represent to be on the table with such fine coffees, right? To be next to like a Panamanian coffee, to be back to Yemenese coffee. So, you know, for a new origin, that's an important experience, and it was obviously impressionable for you, like, oh, a new coffee, and be able to get to that quality. I also believe there's an opportunity in California to have an elevated experience. Like you come here and you're trying a coffee here in California. You're just outside Los Angeles. You're drinking a coffee that was grown 10 miles from here. You know, and you can go see trees and plants and the whole part of it, which is something that like Kona, Hawaii has done. But here we're in California. And so there's, hopefully we can marry the experience of high quality coffee and be able to educate and show people what I think is extremely important is the production side of coffee and how difficult it is to make good coffee. So I hope California can help lead that effort.
What efforts are being made to ensure that coffee grown in California remains competitive in the global specialty coffee market?
So there are many different stages in which the California coffee we need to control or manage to be high quality. One was the quality of the plant that we're providing growers, to making sure that they're genetically correct and the strongest they can be. I feel like the industry as a global industry and being from California where we grow a lot of crops, that needs a lot of work, the quality of plant material and genetics. So we start there, making sure the growers can adapt and protect their crop from the ever-changing environment. It's a lot more turbulent of an environment to grow. So that's another part, making sure the trees are healthy, the nutrition's correct, the irrigation, we water our trees, so those are very important elements. And then making sure that throughout the stage from harvest to processing to roasting, that there is sorting and attention to quality. You know, we start grading in the harvest, so education starts there. You know, when coffees come into the mill, you know, we have to observe what is the best for the coffee and based what our customers want. You know, we can say we want to wash coffees all the time, but maybe there are changes in the environment, or we do naturals and we know it's going to be foggy and cold and it's hard to dry. So there's a little bit of dynamic considerations we have to understand there. And then finally, you know, making sure that we're profiling and working with our buyers, so making sure that they get the coffee that they feel will separate them from other roasters and create that experience that hopefully will be reflective of California. So if good quality coffee takes a lot of work, from the seed to the field, post-harvest to roasting to how you brew it.
You know, just trying to stay on top of you know, new methods and trying to stay, make sure that our coffees are cleanly processed as well.
I'll ask you about quality control and research to Derek. What are the key quality control processes Frinj Coffee uses to ensure the excellence of coffee grown in California?
Right. I think for us, what we do is we have a traceability along the entire chain from harvest to the final cup. So we can make sure that all of the lots are tracked And through that, we can see all kinds of issues within the supply chain, and just to ensure quality is up to a very high standard.
Yeah.
At the same time, we also have hand sorting, hand picking, all these things to ensure that we have a very high quality coffee.
Okay. How does the quality of California coffee compare to international standards, and what aspects make it stand out?
I would say to because we grow so many different varieties, but at the same time, I think that we can go toe to toe with just about any growing region in terms of quality at this stage. The main thing is just the volume of production.
From a quality control perspective, what research and innovations are being pursued to further improve California coffee?
So and that's some of the most dominant characteristics of our cup of coffee is the cultivar variety of coffee, right? So we start there. For our farmers, providing programs that have protection from the weather, from changes in weather, and whether it be cold or wind or whatever throws our way. So we do that through what we call layered agriculture, where we plant with other trees, or we've been employing tunnels to like that we do with blueberries and raspberries here in California. Very, very similar agriculture. And then, in terms of post-harvest, we would, we have used yeast, we use temperature control for both fermentation, we use temperature control for storage, we use vacuum seal and gassing to, so we're trying to use all that we would to making sure that the quality is protected. And that's, we do feel responsible not only to try to do this to be competitive and different, but we also, we have a lot of farmers involved, and so we want to protect their crop and handle it with respect to the farmers.
What has been the most memorable moment for you as a coffee grower?
Well, there's always so many milestones, but I think for us, we were beginning in 2013 to show some people we had coffee. We've been growing coffee for about 10 years up to that point. And so I sent some coffee into Coffee Review, which is a magazine at the time. And we were trying to get into the Christmas holiday special. Like maybe we'll sell some coffee. But we ended up being put into the coffee competition.
Yeah.
And we did get 27th in the world. That was reported. And we were the only producer that grew it, processed it, and roasted it. Everybody else was a roaster at the time. And then within a week, I had national news coming to my farm and cameras and can California grow coffee. And so it was a major milestone. I mean, for me as a farmer, we produced something, and there was kind of serendipity, which is it just kind of happened.
Yeah.
But it made us understand that there was some demand for California coffee. There was some interest, and since then, there's been other ones like that. But that's the one that kind of stands out as a major change that, as a farmer, maybe consider maybe there's something more for growing.
What has been your greatest challenge and accomplishment as a quality control manager?
I think for us, a unique thing about California is there's not a lot of trained labor when it comes to sorting coffee. And so for us, one of the biggest challenges was finding sorters or people that could learn to do that. And so the biggest achievement was being able to teach people how to do that. So people that have a background in bean or berry picking and bean sorting.
Yeah.
And so
what are Frinj Coffee's long-term vision and goals?
We are established over 60 farms in California and planted over 100,000 trees, which is not a lot in the coffee world. But what we have proven is we can grow good coffee. So our vision is to continue that growth so that we can support the farmers with an alternative crop, because there are some crops here that are losing value.
Yeah.
And make California coffee a destination for coffee enthusiasts like yourself, and be able to get a reasonable and good return to the farmer. So Again, I think because we're here in California, we can be a lot like the wine industry was in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And provide a full experience for those people that want to learn more about coffee in general. I would like to still continue to try to grow the best coffees in the world, though. So I mean, I can simply say that, but we have to. We're trying to make a difference.
Yeah.
And I think the world is watching how we grow coffee in California.
Okay.
Right?
Oh, good. Cool. Oh, that's all right.
It is possible.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah, well, I'll do a little fruit tasting for you. I have some fruit from my farm. If you'd like to try a little bit before you leave.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, but and please, if you have any questions, fact checking.
Yeah.
We're happy to do the fact checking,
Yeah.
right, before it comes out.
Thank you for your interview.
Of course.
Thank you so much. 아우, 감사합니다. 너무 감사합니다.
Is you eat the white meat, you eat the meat on the outside, but not the black seeds. The black seeds you can eat if you boil them or you roast them. So I'll give you an example.
What is this fruit?
Ice cream bean.
Ice cream bean.
Yeah, ice cream bean.
Yeah. So go ahead. We can grab a fruit.
이름 아이스크림 비닐에
준혁아 한번 먹어봐봐.
먹어봐. 아이스크림 비닐인데.
This is my first time.
Yeah.
I never seen. Like mangosteen.
Mangosteen, just like
Yeah.
Mangosteen.
texture is similar to mangosteen.
Interesting.
이 씨가 꼭 강낭콩처럼 생겼어.
되게 단데. Very sweet.
For your son.
son.
Oh, I have another
Yeah,
thing.
yeah.
I want him to
It's
see it.
delicious.
This is an important tree for the agriculture planting for us.
오,
They grow really fast. They grow like.
준호 한번 먹어봐.
So this is super important too.
저기 저거 근데 한번 먹어봐. 안에 씨 있으니까 먹고 뱉어요.
이렇게 생겼거든. 이렇게
먹고 뱉어봐.
씨는 먹는 거 아니야?
뱉어봐봐. 씨 그러면 물로 하나 씻어갖고 가져가. He likes the seed.
씨.
Yeah, seed collector.
약간 맹고스틴 같은 맹고스틴. 근데 전혀 없는데?
준아 또 먹어봐 집어서. It's very delicious.
There's some floral qualities to it.
Yeah. Yes, it does have a florality for sure.
This is called white sapote. I call it a cream brulee fruit. This variety you can eat the seeds. Have you ever had this one?
Is it just like the sapote?
It's a sapote, but this tree is special.
Yeah.
So that one has a seed, that has a seed, like this. So you actually eat the skin.
이거 먹어봐봐. 씨앗은 내가 먹을게. 씨앗이.
씨앗 줄에
내가 먹고 줄게.
Yes.
This one has a funny seed there too.
큰 거 있다 준혁아. 내가 큰 거 줄게.
Is that the tree tomato?
I didn't do tree tomato yet.
Oh, it's
와,
oh
passion
yeah.
fruit?
Different variety of passion fruit.
passion fruit.
You haven't had this one yet?
No,
Hard
I
to.
like one.
I'll bring you a different one.
Yeah.
I want to have two. Can I share? Can you share
Yeah.
with your family?
약간 프로그 에그 같아. 한번 먹어.
Yeah. Good.
먹어봐 준혁.
촉수 아니고 위에 맛있다. 뭐지?
Drink it.
아, 패션 프루트.
Passion fruit.
먹어봐 준혁. 준아 먹어봐 패션 프루트.
너무 향이 좋다. 아로마이스. 맛있지?
Give them
이거
the
맛있대.
sick one. You don't need to eat the skin.
오케이. I always eat skin with all fruits.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Not bad for they make a good tea out of this.
Mm.
Yeah.
Here, take this. This will be better for you.
Thank you.
They're more acidic. Yeah. The seeds are different, right? Because the seeds are more, a little more firm.
맛있어?
This guy. Surprised that's still seed. And this is a tree tomato. And it's, yeah, it's a little different than a tomato, but I've been eating a lot of these.
처음 본 토마토네, 그치? 이게 유니크하다.
혀로 안에 다 빨아 먹으면 돼. 껍질은 먹지 말고.
You don't eat the sandwiches though, do you? Or you can?
You can, but I don't. I actually have a unique technique to eat them.
토마토 먹어보네.
Yeah.
This one you can eat like this.
맛있는데?
Good.
토마토 먹어봐.
That was a good one, yeah. Yeah, I don't think I've had a good tree tomato. Like, I've had some that have been okay, but that one's
This
pretty.
is a yellow one.
Yeah, this one's ready to go.
Very unique tomato.
I think it's not actually a tomato, right?
It is. It's a
Is it?
Solanaceae.
Oh, really?
So it's in the same family as tomato. Tamarillo is the name.
Tambourine.
Tamarino.
Tambourine.
Tambarino.
Tamarillo?
Tamarillo.
Tambarillo.
This is gonna be a hard seed.
이게 좀 쉬워. 아니 이거 없어.
When you're done with the seed, you're finished with it.
드래곤 프루트인가 보다.
그냥 토마토 먹어봐. 껍질까지 먹어.
이거 드래곤 프루트는 점이 시거든. 준혁아 이거 봐봐. 이거 씻어서
What's that? Oh, yeah. So,
You good?
so are you guys driving to Davis from here? Or are you driving back to Davis?
Drive to San Jose.
You driving?
Oh, no. Solvang. Solvang.
Oh, Solvang. Oh, cool. Nice.
Solvang and San Jose and Davis.
Oh, okay, cool. Are you gonna spend the night in Solvang?
네.
Oh, very cool.
Just like Danish.
Yeah, it's,
Danish.
it's I mean, it's a fake Denmark.
Fake Denmark.
Yeah. There's good food around there. Yeah, really good food around there. If you guys want a good cup of coffee between Solvang and San Jose,
Yeah.
there's a good coffee shop in San Luis Obispo that you can stop at called Field Day. They do pour-overs of Scott Rayo prodigal coffee. Yes, yeah, of his coffee.
really?
Yeah.
What is the name?
It's called Field Day.
Field day.
Yeah, Field Day.
Field Day. Okay,
Yeah.
I found it.
Yeah,
I found it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's very good. Yeah.
There's a good Korean restaurant in Ventura.
It's not that good. You'll be disappointed.
All right, there's a good burger joint.
Yeah.
Next time we'll spend more time and we'll take you to a farm.
Yeah.
줄라이 오면은 좋다 그랬는데 줄라이.
July is harvest season. June and July.
Yeah, it's harvest. If you were here, there'd be coffee all over.
Yeah. We will come again July and July.
Okay.